Hola amigos investors, how are you today? My name is Juan Estrella and I'm going to talk about Nokia. So let's get started. Okay guys, so we have a Nokia. It's a Finnish multinational, develops network equipment, software and licensing globally. It gets its revenue mainly from selling its hardware to wireless carriers and focusing on license its patents to handset and chipset vendors. The main competitors we have are Telefonica, NCE, ZTE, Ericsson and Huawei. Okay guys, so now let's jump into the numbers. Currently we don't have a PE ready to show, but the forward PE is 14.96. So yeah, this is something good. Although I would rather prefer just to have also PE, just to have another new comparison. For the price to book, it's 1.31. As a kind reminder, the best case scenario is one or less, but for this current high market, it's okay. Yeah, 1.31. Now jumping to the price to sales, I just want to show you some specific comparison. There is some ranges that I think it would be the best case scenario, or if it's between this frame, I think it's still a very good. Obviously, if we just get less than one price to sales, it would be the best case scenario. Okay, and in this case, the ranges are between the 1.13 and the price to sales of the 0.86. Obviously, if it gets lower than that, it would be okay. But just keep in mind that we just need to make sure that you also read the news and the reports before just to have that specific decision for if you want to just compare price to sales. Now, so another key point that we can just show you is that the last report for the total equity, we have a $15.46 billion for the last quarter of 2020, and as you see, it was a little bit lower than the last quarter with the same quarter on the 2020. So you can just keep in mind. Now to the current review, something that I just like in this case is that for every quarter we are just getting higher and higher. So in this case, for the last quarter of 2020, we have a current review of 1.55. So the best case scenario is just to have two or more, but yeah, 1.55, that means that the Nokia, they have enough money just to pay their debts, at least if they have another future emergency. Now, if we just comparison the valuation for the same stocks and in comparison with the last years, also it was performing well. Um, and for this current review, we have an average of forward PE of 16.53. The last year it was 15.06. 2019 it was 13.30. 2018 16.42. 2017 12.15. And 2016 it was a performance of average of 18.21. So as you see, for the highest forward PE, it was in 2016, and the lowest as usually we had on 2018, but in this case it was in 2018 for the 13.30. Now jumping to the next two indicators. We currently, by the time I was just recording this video, we're just having the price for this stock. It closed at $4.22, and as you see, we are currently on the if we just compare the indicator of the Bollinger indicator, we are right now on the buying area. Now, if we just compare the relative strength indicator, we have an average of 47, basically almost 50 points. That means that we are not overselling, not overbuying, but this one is neutral. In comparison, if we just see on the last weeks or months, we have overselling like more than 80 or 90. So yeah, that was very dangerous. Okay guys, so before just to starting with the technical analysis, we were just almost finishing to just compare the fundamental analysis, and something that the Nokia had had a big fall, or at least a slight fall. In this case, it was because of the reportings. For the investors, they were expecting a report of an estimate of 13 cents of earnings. However, the share it actually lost 55 cents. And that means that it was a surprise of minus 516.86%. Now, if we just compare the last report of the earnings per share for the last year, we will just see actually a difference. For example, for the 2019, it was an earnings per share of 11 cents. If we just compare for the same report, but in the 2020, it was a loss of 55%. So that's why the NOKIA fall, because of these new losses for this specific report. Okay, so now let's jump into the technical analysis. Something that I just want to show you is that by the time I was just recording this video, as a kind reminder, the price fall to $4.27, and we just have some slight some strong resistance, and another that is just like a possible resistance. Before starting, I just want to show you that we have a resistance that the target that we are just focusing on is $6 with 65 cents. However, the last time that this stock went through this, before to January 27, 2021, it was actually on January 2016. So this is something that you can just keep in mind, that we are not sure if we were just going to the middle term and target this price. However, if you something that I can just recommend you, at least for the swing traders, is like if you want to just buy the stocks for these specific days or weeks, if you see that the stock jumps to this specific price before to the next report, that it will be on, actually, yeah, for I think it will be on May or June. If it's go to the before the next report, I think the best case scenario is just to sell the stock in $6 with 65 cents. Okay, so now jumping to this specific resistance, we have the next. Just let me zoom it up a little bit. Okay, so the first resistance that we have is $3 with 79 cents. The next resistance is an average of the $4. The next one is $4.27. The next resistance, we have an average of $4.60. The next one, it will be $5.10. And there is another one that is an average of $6. And finally, the kind reminder of the pink area is the $6.63. Okay, so now finally we will just give a performance about this specific stock. Okay, just let me jump in it. And yeah, for the average of the for the week, it was a minus 7.46%. The last month it was an average of 4.46%. The last 3 months it was an earnings of 24.12%. The last 6 months it was a loss of minus 15.60%. For almost 1 year, and year average, it was a loss of minus 3.43%. And finally, starting this year, it was an earnings per share of $7 with 93 cents. Okay guys, so thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed, and see you on the next one. Bye.